All right, guys, we got the 120 and the super stick loaded up in the back of the truck. We are off to town to help a buddy do a demo job. Let's hit the road. All right, so to explain a little bit what off to town means for us, because I know that can be confusing for some people. We live in a pretty rural area. Derby, the community I live in, is like maybe 150, 200 people. The county we live in is only 18,000 people, and 20 minutes down the road south of here is a town called Tell City, which is 7,600 to 8,000 people. So that's the town around here. That's where everybody goes. So I know a town of 8,000 people or less is still a small town to a lot of people, but that's that's the big city around here. Now, within an hour's traveling distance of here, we do have three major metropolitan areas, one being Louisville, Kentucky, Evansville, Indiana, and Owensboro, Kentucky. So we're not like completely out in the sticks, but we're kind of just an in-between everybody. So it's kind of the way I like it, to be honest with you. But Matt, M&R Excavation, me and him have done some demo jobs before in the past. He's got a large two-story house, and it is literally on the main street. It is in downtown Tell City. It's like a block from City Hall. And it's got an open lot on one side, but it's right up against the neighbor's house on the other side. And he can't quite reach the top of it with his machine. He's got that Cabelco 135, I believe it is. So he helps me out, so rightfully so. I need to go help him out, so we're going to run into town with the 120 and the super stick. And he may not even need us, but at least we'll be there if he does, and we can make sure we keep the neighbor's house protected. You guys might be asking, why aren't you taking the Mac this morning? Well, that's a great question. The Mac sprung an exhaust leak on cylinder number 6 a week or so ago, and surprise, surprise, it is not improving with age. So Captain Cleveland's going to be nice and let us out down there, even though he's driving my truck. So anyways, the exhaust leak is not improving with age. I had a little bit of time the other day, so I pulled the exhaust manifold off. I got some new gaskets and studs, and I got it mostly back together, but it's not all the way back together. So luckily for us, we got plan B. So anyways, we're on the highway. Let's hit the road. We got about 25 minutes travel time. We'll get down there, get unloaded, and see what we got. All right, guys, welcome to beautiful downtown Tell City. It's amazing, isn't it? All right. Change of plans. Matt, right after I put the camera down, Matt called me, and come to find out the gas company has not got the gas disconnected from the house yet, which means we can't tear the house down. So total change of plans. I'm gonna leave all this in the video just because that's life. That's the way it works sometimes. You gotta be able to go with it. You gotta be able to change plans and do whatever needs to be done to make a buck that day. So the good news is we still have the 120 and the super stick loaded up, and we have another job for it. We got a nasty little cattle pond here, I guess that's what you'd call it. It's nasty. We'll go with nasty for sure. So I got a hold of the farmer that wants it dredged out, and he said, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's knock her out today. So he's on his way here to give me a little bit of instruction about what all he wants done with this old pond here. And we may or may not put the super stick on for this. I don't know yet, but either way, I'm gonna get unloaded, and we're gonna make something happen. That is just a little bit on the nasty side. Glad I'm not a cow and have to drink that. Let's go with that. All right, well, while we're waiting on him, let's get unloaded, and we'll see what he's got to say when he gets here. See if this old beauty fires up and ready to go back to work today. She's been doing pretty good. Look, here's my seat I haven't reupholstered yet. Because you know, new seats, they make them run a lot better. Like a sewing machine. Love this old girl. Alright, let's get her unloaded. miss old Floppy from time to time, though. I will have to say that. I keep reaching for the blade to lift it up. Don't have one of those on this. All right, guys, we finally got us the plan this morning. Before I put the super stick on, I'm gonna go around here and get some of this brush pulled out of here and get it pushed off to the side. I'm probably gonna build me a couple little of I don't know what you want to call them, platforms, or just a couple little places where I can sit. I don't have a blade on this machine, so I gotta kind of improvise so I can sit level. I like to sit level when I'm digging, or level as possible, especially with that super stick on. I don't know if you guys can see over there, I just made a couple notches. That way I can drive out there and sit down and have me a good spot to sit. That dam is pretty small, to say the least. So that's going to be a little bit of a struggle to sit on that dam. We're going to have to do a little work over there. A little bit softer here than what it is over yonder. I'm not getting too carried away with these, but hopefully they'll. It's hard to, especially in this harder ground, it's hard to move. It's hard to move much dirt with the super stick. It does really good out there in that. Does really good out there in that mud, but not so good in hard ground, which is not designed to dig hard ground. Ran the Volvo all day yesterday. It is nice to be back in the 120 today, let me tell you. This is a lot more fun than tearing down a house. I don't have to worry about damaging the neighbor's house. Do our own little thing. Got me an audience out there. Look how impressed they all are. Look, this guy's really impressed. Or girl, guy, girl. What do you think? Did I do it right? That's gonna be the one, that cow right there is gonna be the one commenter that tells me everything I did wrong. I can see it coming now. You watch YouTube much? No? Alright, let me get the tracking across the pasture and I ain't paying attention to what I'm doing. Let me get these few trees out of here and then we'll get the super stick on. I hope this don't end up being a bad decision. Looks a little slimy. Hopefully it's solid. Ooh, it's gooey. I think we'll make it. Back out of here before I regret this decision. I've found out over the years, you think cows would be afraid of me. They're very curious individuals. Usually when you're working, they come to check you out instead of run from you. I don't know. I'm not gonna hurt you, I promise. I do need a little room to work though. Track's muddy. Mimi, coming through. Excuse me. I was gonna set you guys up on a time lapse over on that post, but this is no joke. I'm not for sure. I think these guys might eat you. Whenever I say eat you, I mean like might eat the camera, but we're gonna risk it. If you guys see the inside of a cow's mouth, I do apologize. Be nice to my people, don't eat them. And cows absolutely love that brush. It's like a rubbing post jungle gym farm. I better be careful. One of them's gonna get hurt. I'm here to tell you. You guys are the smart ones over there, aren't you? These guys over here, not sure about them, but all right. So we got all the brush off the dam, and I think what I'm gonna do now is, this dam is in pretty bad shape. It's not much more than a berm. I'd like to have enough room to sit up here and comfortably sit on this dam to dredge with a super stick. So probably gonna grab a little bit of dirt from down here and throw up here, but this thing, man, this joint right here, not sure what's going on with it. And it's got a squeal to it. It's not from a lack of grease. If you guys remember, it's supposed to pivot right here, and there's no bushing in here, and there's no way to grease in there. That's the very first hole we line bored. I'm beginning to think we may have line bored it just a little bit too tight, because after it warms up, it starts squeaking, and I can't make it quit, and it drives me absolutely insane, which I'm sure, let me get started working here and then we'll talk. Dirt up there, it drives me insane. I'm sure it drives you guys insane on video. And I apologize for that. One of these days, I took it apart once. The pin seemed to fit pretty loose, and got a bunch of grease back in there. It helped it for a while, but now it's back squealing again this morning. So I don't know. Get her back to the shop, just have to take her apart again and see what's going on, but it's still working, so we're just gonna deal with it for now. I'm just gonna reach over this bank. Hang on. Reach over this bank, grab a little bit of dirt, and kind of give me something where I can walk on the top of this dam comfortably and safely. Is that a proper terminology? Once I get this done, it's gonna be super stick time, baby. It's gonna be super stick time. I brought the grease gun. I guess I can grease her one more time, see if that helps, but putting grease to it don't seem to make a whole lot of a difference. It's probably got 6 teeth in it. I promise you, it's not. It is not from a lack of grease. All right, let me get this dam where I can work on it, and we'll switch over to the super stick. All right, guys, check this out. That dam, it's still not pretty. It's a lot better looking than what it was, and I can safely get the track hoe across the top of here. I'm gonna have to dig over the side with a super stick, so I wanted to make sure I had something pretty solid here. We will probably kind of polish this up and touch it up a little bit after we get done dredging, but I think we're as far as we can go for now. It's time to unload the super stick and unleash the beast. It's cooling off out here. Maybe I should have brought a sweatshirt. This is definitely not the most convenient way to haul the super stick, but it does work. Come on. There we go. Set her down on the ground over here. We'll get her all hooked up and ready to roll. All right, guys, all hitched up and ready to go. This thing's a little bit tricky to get hooked up by yourself because you can't see the coupling action from the cab, and you got to put it up on some blocks because this sits too low. The thumb hits where it gets in there. I need to build a kickstand or something for it, but nevertheless, we got her on there. I got a bolt in tighten up there. Nevertheless, we got her on there. I just disconnect my thumb, which is these hoses here. Let them hang. Then we hook the hoses for that cylinder into the auxiliary hydraulic circuit. And bingo, we got bucket action. So let's head over to the pond and start throwing some mud. Alright, it's been a while since I've ran this thing dredging. Let's see if we can figure this out without getting wet. I still need to get me a different. Oh yeah, we got us a bucket full there, folks. Holy cow, we got us a bucket full. Holy cow, that's a bucket full. I still need to get me a different bucket for the end of this thing. This, look at that. This bucket is it's just way too big for out there, but it's all I got for right now, so it's what I'll make work. Look at that. Look at that. Put that out there a little ways. Oh yeah. Let's get like a little quarter to excuse me. Then give me like a little skeleton bucket. It's got not real heavy and lets all that water and mud go through and just picks up what I need to. One of these days I'll manage to round one of those up, but for now, this is what I got, and we make her work. Oh, I got wet. That's not good. Alright guys, a couple things that always come up in conversation when I use this thing. Usually the first thing is I get 1,000 comments talking about how I need to have more counterweight. As you guys can see, these first couple passes here, I'm trying to get my sea legs back underneath me and kind of figure out how it works. And yeah, it does look like I need some more counterweight, but let me explain my thought process behind this. First off, I probably only use this thing 2 or 3 times a year. This is actually the second pond I've dredged with this year, so it's not something I use a lot. And as you guys can see right there, I can reach out there a pretty good ways over the side without getting the machine off balance, and you're always dragging it into you. Once you get it into you, you can lift it up. The reason why I don't put more counterweight on this machine is pretty simple. I can go digging with the conventional bucket and then turn right around and put this super stick on and been digging with it in probably less than 5 minutes. It's a convenience thing. If I was going to go retrofit this thing with a counterweight, 1, I'd have to haul it to the job. 2, I'd probably have to have a second piece of equipment to put it on there. 3, I'd probably have to have somebody help me put it on there at the job. And that would take, if I just had to guess, not in trucking time, maybe 2 hours plus to do all that. If I use this machine enough to where I could justify putting a counterweight on or building a counterweight for it, at that point I might as well just go get me a long reach machine and go with it. This thing here, it gets me by the couple times a year I need it. And once you kind of get in the rhythm, like I said, I'm a little bit rusty on this thing. It's been almost a year since I dredged with it. Once I kind of get in the rhythm of using it, if you guys watch me here, I can keep the machine pretty stable. I can reach out there a pretty good ways and do what I need to do. This 120 does a pretty good job of handling this thing. The other thing is the way I run the controls, and I actually got a whole video on this, is the super stick controls and how I run it. If I can remember to link it there, look at that, it's almost full extension, and got her pretty stable yet. It kind of turns into a timing thing. But if I remember to link it, I will. If not, I'm sure I'll have an awesome subscriber that'll post it in the comments, and I'll pin it to the top. That's usually what ends up happening. Love you guys. But the best way I know to describe digging with this thing is it's like running an excavator with backwards controls, because your curl ends up being your stick motion. Your stick motion ends up being your curl. It's not truly like running a machine with backwards controls, but that's the best way I know how to describe it. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but as you guys see, I'll catch my rhythm here in a little bit, and once I get her figured out, we can almost dig as fast with this thing as we could with a conventional bucket. This gives me about 14 feet of extra reach on the machine is what it ends up coming into, pretty close to about 14 feet of extra reach. And if you guys missed it in previous videos, this is actually the stick out of the 490 machine. So it's the long stick out of the 490, which is basically the exact same stick that's on this machine. It's just we got 2 of them now instead of 1 of them now. But it has proved to be extremely handy over the years. You guys have seen us dredge some ponds, dredge some boat slips, and even doing some demo work. It comes in pretty handy for that. Last thing I want to talk about is machine choice. A lot of you guys are probably going to wonder why I don't have the Volvo on this job. I've got the 120 on this job, and this basically comes down to 2 different reasons for that. One, hydraulically, this 120 handles this thing considerably better. I posted another video about that. Both machines are set to factory specs on the hydraulics. I do not like to bump them over factory specs. Factory spec is factory spec for a reason. But this thing, the 120 has quite a bit more boom up power, and the stick and curl functions. The 120 or the Volvo 140 with a full bucket of dirt in it, it will not hardly lift it at all. I've got to curl it in almost to the cab to get her to come up, and I don't have near the crowd motion, which is what I used right there. So the 120 hydraulically handles it a lot better. Now the Volvo does, from a balance standpoint, handle it quite a bit better. I can pretty much reach out over the side with the Volvo and not get off balance. Full extension, which I cannot do with the 120. Another thing that is really handy on the Volvo is the blade. As you guys will see here a little bit later, I kind of had to use some logs and some other stuff, improvise a little bit to hold me up and keep me on grade. So I do miss the blade. I do miss the little bit of extra counterweight and stability, but that all gets trumped by the hydraulic power of this 120 versus the 140. So I'm not saying the 140 could not do this job. The 140 could do this job. It just you get a little bit limited on what you can reach and what you can do. If I had a smaller bucket on this thing, I don't think it'd be an issue at all. My 140 would probably be my choice of machines. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense, and we'll get back to dredging here. I haven't seen any fish, but there's a great big snapping turtle right there. He's got a little buddy friend right over there. There's 3 of them. That one of them's pretty good size. Sorry, buddy. It'll be better when I'm all done, I promise. Oh, gosh dang it. Sitting here running with the window open. Should have known better. Yep. I did it. I got myself good. That water tastes as bad as it looks, let me tell you. Maybe one of these days I'll learn. Probably not. We're going to close this thing up. Got me once, you're not going to get me twice. Alright guys, I kind of got myself worked all the way down the dam. I don't know if you can see, I ended up leaving a mud plug right there. That is actually one huge rock. I got this dredged out, so before I bust that dam, I'm going to walk around and sit down in there and go ahead and get that pulled back. It is still raining pretty good out there. I'm hoping it don't get too nasty to where I can't stand still, but so far we're still going. So we'll see how well this works. Before actually the first thing I did is I took the bucket and I made these little pads here. Made 3 of them around here. The thought process is I should be able to walk the traco down here, sit nice and level, and then reach out there and get everything I couldn't get from the other side. Well, that sits nice and level. Let's see if we can reach it. Oh, that's gonna work. That's gonna work absolutely perfect. I am so sorry about that noisy pin bushing. I don't know what is wrong with you. It's enough. I've greased it twice. I think whenever I grease it, it gets louder. I don't know how that's possible. All right, guys, we are making pretty good progress here. I've got one heck of a hole here. You guys can see the old brown dirt there. That's the bottom of the old pond. There's a, I thought that was a rock, but I think it's an old tree over there. Can't really tell for sure. Definitely a lot easier to dredge whenever you can see what you're doing, and the mud's not in there. But I think I'm going to set over one. I think there's going to be a little triangle in there. I can't quite reach from my platform, so I'm going to have to try to figure that out before I flood this. There's no reason to be in a hurry to flood this, with the exception of if I can drop that water level over there by getting the water in here, it should help me see better over there. Anybody follow that? I think I said that right. Let me reposition here and see what we got. Well, my temporary dam's about ready to be compromised. It's got one scoop too close, but that's all right. It's pretty much time anyway. There she goes. Going now. Look at that big old turtle trying to fight his way against the current. Oh, it's gonna get, there he goes. Hang on, buddy, it's a roller coaster ride. Oh yeah, he made it. He's down there safe and sound. Hopefully that'll drain down enough I can see what I got going on over here. Yummy, 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 what a mess. I'm gonna venture out here dangerously. I got one little bitty ridge out there I just can't quite reach. I found me a log over there I got underneath the front of my tracks. I'm hoping I can get enough of a bite on that log. I can at least reach that. Come on, baby. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna try to pick it up and swing it. I'm just gonna pull it to me where I can load it here in a minute. I do that again. Watch out, turtle. All right, now let me back up out of here. A little more solid ground. Let's throw that up on the bank. That worked kind of okay. I understand if I would have had a mud mat, that would have been a lot easier, worked a lot better. But It would have taken me an hour and a half or 2 hours to go get a mud mat hauled in here. I found that log over there and that took like 15 seconds. Use what you got, I guess. I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but I was talking to Big Game about that log. It broke. We just about went swimming. I was close. But we didn't, and we're out, and we're still digging. It's all that matters. Back to work. Running out of places to put mud over here. Too much up there, just gotta run back into the pond. Well guys, this is what she's gonna look like at the end of day one. I basically got all the super stick work done, and we were able to reach out in the center and get everything. Probably took about 5.5, 6 feet of mud out in places. Got it all piled up and around here, there, and everywhere. So what the plan is for tomorrow, it's getting late in the day. I gotta get to the house. I was really hoping to get this finished today, but kind of got a late start, so hour-wise it'll still work out the same. We'll get back up here tomorrow. We'll throw the small bucket back on. I'm gonna go around the edges and just kind of clean up everything. That super stick works great for hogging dirt, but it's not a very good finish tool. Not a very good finish tool at all. So man, the 120, it is doing awesome. Runs good, operates good. It's just absolutely amazing. But that one squeak is about ready to drive me insane. We are going to have to do something about that. I don't know what yet, but we will figure her out. So anyways guys, we'll be back tomorrow with old Squeaky. That's gonna be, it used to be old Floppy. We'll call it old Squeaky now. And get this one polished off, call her done. Oh man, I got my new undercarriage all dirty. There's a man behind the scenes to shovel tracks when you need them. I've been freezing my butt off all day long. I gotta grab my camera from behind the seat before I leave. That's where I left my sweatshirt. Sometimes I worry about myself, I really do. All right, I'll put this on because it's nice and warm. We're gonna head to the house and try this again tomorrow. My poor camera. You guys are rough on my camera. It's Old Faithful right there. It's been ran over, smashed, buried, all the above. Still works. All right guys, we just rolled back in for day number 2. It is cold this morning. We had the first frost of this morning, first frost of the morning on the old windshield, but we're gonna run a little maintenance on the old girl this morning and then get started. Uh-oh, I brought some penetrating oil. I'm gonna try this as a last ditch effort to maybe spray up there around that pin and see if we can at least quiet it down or make it happy for just a little bit. All right, drive me crazy yesterday. But other than that, the machine did good. So let's throw some grease at her and make her work. See, look at that. Told you there was some frost out there. Gotta be careful not fall off this thing. That wouldn't be a good way to start a Friday morning, would it? No, you guys bust my balls a little bit that I don't check oil and fluids all that often, but right on the full mark. I actually do let you guys in on just a little secret. Just because you don't see it on YouTube, it don't always mean it don't happen. So, oh yeah, good to go on all that. I want to check the hydraulic oil. That super stick leaks just a little bit. I think we're fine, but we'll take a quick glance at that and make sure we're good. And we'll see if the old girl will crank off this morning. Oh yeah, we're not in the right position, but I've ran this machine enough to know that if it's there, you put it in that position, we will be just above that red mark. So we're good to go. Might need to get a little bit in her at some point. We're good to get through the day. So let's get old Trusty fired off here. And look at that. Got it all dirty yesterday. There she goes. So here's my thought process. I'm gonna try something different on this squeaky pin. It seems to squeak the worst on the way up. It don't squeak quite as bad on the way down. I'm gonna put some down pressure on the boom all the way out and grease it in that position and maybe see if that grease works its way in there. Maybe it'll find a different home instead of the home it's been finding. If that don't work, after we get done with this job, I think I'm gonna take it back to the shop and pull that pin out and find out what's going on, because whew, did I mention it's annoying? It's annoying. Got the boom all the way stretched out. Man, there's grease in there. I don't get it. Anyways, I got the boom all the way stretched out. We're gonna throw some more grease at it this morning and hope that works again. I got her greased up. It's a little bit of a Hail Mary. I don't know if it's gonna make any difference or not. Whoops. We're gonna put some penetrating oil up here. Just for the heck of it. See what happens. What's it gonna hurt at this point? We definitely helped the squeak some, but it's still there. There it is here. Not quite as bad as what it was, but still persistent. So my plan is, I've got this to where I can get around and reach everything with a small bucket now. So I'm just going to go around here, kind of clean this edge up, and pile a little bit of this mud up here on top of the dam to get us a little bit of extra height. Kind of hard to see with all that. Hard to see that sun coming in there. It's an absolutely beautiful morning. I think I'm gonna throw you guys outside and let you time lapse and watch the sun come up. It is a gorgeous morning. Alright guys, this is what it looks like after it was all said and done. Keep in mind this pond is 100% for practical purposes, not recreational purposes. It is spring fed and it provides water for all the livestock here on the farm. So that's why it's not quite as polished or as pretty as some of the jobs we would leave, but well, the cows just really don't care. They want to have some fresh water, and they should have quite a bit more of it after this dredging project. All the mud we got thrown up there, the farmer has plans in mind for that, so he's going to let it dry out for a few days, and then he'll pack that off with his tractor and put it to good use elsewhere here on the farm. So, guys, the 120 is doing absolutely awesome, but I do apologize for the squeaky boom. Hopefully we'll have that rectified by the next video, but hope you guys enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and as always, guys, we shall catch you on the next one.